If you see these 7 signs in your house, get out immediately. 3 families, 3 different houses, all abandoned within 48 hours. What they saw made them pack their bags and never look back. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what warning signs they ignored and why you should never make the same mistake. I've spent the last 5 years investigating paranormal cases across the country. I've walked through houses where people claim to see shadows, hear voices, and feel things that shouldn't be there. But there are 7 specific signs that separate harmless hauntings from something much darker, something dangerous. These aren't the typical creaking floors or cold spots you hear about. These are red flags that scream one thing: get out now. And I'm going to show you exactly what to look for, because your safety might depend on it. Here's what most people don't understand about haunted houses. Hollywood has trained us to think paranormal activity is just spooky fun. Doors slamming, objects moving, maybe mysterious writing on the wall. But real paranormal investigators know there's a massive difference between a simple haunting and something that can actually harm you. The Johnson family learned this the hard way. They moved into their dream home in Salem, Oregon last year. A beautiful Victorian house, great price, perfect neighborhood. Within 2 months, they were sleeping in their car. What happened to them isn't unique. It's a pattern I've seen dozens of times, and it always starts the same way. People ignore the warning signs because they don't know what they're looking at. They think it's just old pipes or settling foundations. They rationalize everything until it's too late. Sign number 1, electronics acting strangely in specific patterns. This isn't your TV randomly changing channels. This is systematic electronic interference that happens in waves. The Martinez family in Phoenix experienced this first. Every night at exactly 3:17 a.m., every electronic device in their master bedroom would turn on simultaneously. Not just turn on, they would cycle through functions like someone was rapidly pressing buttons. But here's the key detail. It only affected devices in one room at first. Then it spread. Week 2, the hallway. Week 3, the kitchen. Week 4, the entire house. Normal electrical issues don't follow floor plans, but malevolent entities do. They mark territory, just like predators. I investigated a case in Denver where the family's smart home system started playing the same song every night. Ring Around the Rosie at 2 a.m., full volume. It played 7 times, it then stopped. Even without internet, even without power. Sign number 2, temperature drops that follow you. Cold spots in haunted houses are common knowledge, but dangerous entities create cold zones that move with intent. Sarah Chen documented this in Portland. She noticed that whenever she entered certain rooms, the temperature dropped 15 degrees within 30 seconds. But then, she realized something terrifying. The cold was following her. She walked from the living room to the kitchen, and the cold moved with her, like a shadow. Her husband tracked it with thermometers. The results were undeniable. The cold spot stayed within 6 feet of wherever she stood. This is predatory behavior. Normal hauntings don't stalk people, but malevolent presences do. The Chen family left their house 3 weeks later. They were smart, because the next stage is physical interaction. Sign number 3, sounds that respond to your voice. Every old house makes noises, but when those noises start responding like a conversation, you're dealing with intelligence. The Williams family in New Orleans discovered this when their 3-year-old daughter started talking to someone in her bedroom wall. At first, they thought it was an imaginary friend, but then they listened. "Are you hiding in there?" 3 knocks responded. "Do you want to play?" 2 knocks for yes. "Can you come out?" A long pause, then 1 very loud knock. The parents tested this themselves. They asked questions. The knocks responded. 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for confusion. Then it escalated. The entity started asking questions back. The knocks grew faster, louder, more aggressive. Intelligent communication means you're dealing with something that can plan, manipulate, and learn about you. Sign number 4, animals refusing to enter specific areas. Animals sense things we can't. Their instincts are sharper. They pick up on changes that humans miss. The Rodriguez family in San Antonio had 2 dogs and a cat. Happy pets. Free run of the house. Then something changed. The dogs stopped at the basement entrance. They planted their feet and refused to go down. The cat hissed at empty air, then bolted like something was chasing it. They checked for gas leaks, for pests, for anything natural. Nothing. Then they noticed the pattern expanding. First the basement, then the hallway, then the kitchen above it. The animals were mapping a danger zone, and that zone was growing. When multiple pets refuse the same space, when they're detecting something you haven't. Sign number 5, personal items appearing in impossible places. Random objects moving is one thing, but when personal belongings start showing up in deliberate locations, you're being targeted. The Thompson family in Seattle experienced this. Sarah's wedding ring vanished from the bathroom. Days later, she found it on her pillow. Stage 2, family photos. A picture of their kids appeared in the refrigerator, a wedding photo inside the washing machine. Stage 3 was worse, jewelry arranged in perfect circles. Tools lined up neatly under the bed, children's toys stacked in pyramids. This isn't random. This is intelligent. It's a message. We can reach you anywhere. When activity becomes this organized, you're not dealing with energy. You're dealing with something watching and planning. Sign number 6, reflections that don't match reality. Mirrors can become windows into something much darker. The Garcia family in Miami noticed this. Maria saw movement in the bathroom mirror, but nothing when she turned around. Then, a figure, always in the same spot, behind her, watching. Her husband laughed it off, until it happened to him. He frowned. His reflection smiled. He looked confused. The reflection looked angry. The final straw came with their daughter. She saw extra faces in her bedroom mirror. Faces not in the room. Mirrors that show what isn't there. Mean reality itself is breaking down. The barrier between worlds grows thin, and if you can see into theirs, they can see into yours. Sign number 7, physical marks appearing on your body. This is the final warning. If it happens, leave immediately. The Patterson family in Denver ignored the signs. Jennifer woke with scratches, 3 parallel marks, too deep, too perfect. Then came bruises, finger-shaped impressions on her wrists, ankles, throat. The final stage, bite marks, human-like, but the spacing didn't match any human mouth. Medical professionals confirmed they were bites, but from what? no one could explain. When entities leave physical marks, they've crossed the line. This is no haunting. This is assault. At this point, you're in immediate danger. Every extra day increases the risk of serious harm. Here's what you need to understand. These 7 signs don't happen randomly. They follow a progression, like a predator. Testing boundaries, seeing how much it can get away with before you run. The Johnson family experienced all 7. Electronics first, then cold zones, then sounds, then animals, then objects, then mirrors, then physical marks. By the time Jennifer Johnson woke with handprint bruises on her throat, they had less than 48 hours. They fled that morning. The house remains empty. 3 agents refused to sell it. It's priced 30% below market, and yet, still no one lives there. Here's the truth most people don't realize. Entities don't just vanish when you leave. They're tied to the location, and they wait. Every house where I've seen this 7-stage pattern has remained uninhabitable. They're patient. They're still there, waiting for the next family. So let me break it down one last time. Electronics malfunctioning in progressive patterns, temperature drops that follow you, sounds that respond like conversation, animals refusing specific areas, personal items placed in impossible spots, reflections that don't match reality, and physical marks on your body. One sign alone might have an explanation, but together, in this progression, they mean danger. Your house should be your sanctuary, not a hunting ground. Trust your instincts, pay attention to the patterns. And remember, no house is worth your life. If this helped you understand what to watch for, hit subscribe for more real paranormal investigation content.